Speaking of rough times, and this goes back to the email that we just read about this dude. He's trying to do what's right for his daughter, what's right for his kids in general. He's got sons too. Well, single moms,
here we go.
Not so much. You've heard of Munchausen by proxy, right? Well, there's also this other little thing that a lot of single mothers like to do. They like to keep their children dependent because they know that one day they're terrified of the empty nest syndrome. And this is what you get.
Yep.
I refuse to let my teen son get a job. That's insane. I will fund his existence. Wow.
Good luck with that.
Let's just set him up for failure right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Amazing.
Listen, I mean, that's another thing that's screwing up the young men of today is these single mothers, like, helicopter over their kids.
Yep.
Overly protective. Give them everything that they possibly can, and you're not doing them any kind of service later on in life.
No.
If you want to succeed, you are going to have to take some goddamn beatdowns.
Yeah.
And every physical beatdowns, mental, and I would say, maybe a couple spiritual beatdowns. Meaning, like, you have a really close friend and he's going to stab you in the back. It happens to everybody.
Yep.
Or you have somebody else close to you that just suddenly dies. It happens.
It does.
So,
shit happens, man.
Yeah. In fact, the supporters put down a stream for actually put a list together of all of the things a man will have to face in his life.
We'll have to do that stream soon. That sounds like a good one. So I love this. She's not a regular mom. She's a cool mom. All right, who wrote this? Brooke Cato? Fuck you. Esther Boyd. I didn't know they were still naming him Esther. Refuses to allow her teenage son to get a job because he should do what he wants while he still has his time as a kid. That part I can respect.
Yeah, gotcha.
But you got to teach the dude about reality sooner or later. God. It seems like I've been working forever. I'm already physically and mentally ready to retire. She's 33.
Get the hell out of here.
I thought you were strong and independent.
Yeah.
You could do it all. You could do everything a man could do, and you could do it better, but you're 33 and you're already ready to cash in your chips. It's good times. Explaining she'd been working since she was 14. Protective Mama Bear just doesn't want her 15-year-old son Noah to do the same. I told him, I don't want you to get a job. I don't think it's a smart idea. He has to work just to stay alive, or she doesn't want him to think that he just has to work to stay alive. Well,
that's how the world works.
That is kind of how it works.
Because every single day, shit has to die to keep you here.
Yeah. You could do this your whole life. Why start now? I mean, what, if he's 15? Yeah, wait until you're 17, go out and get a job, fine. But, you could do odd jobs.
Well,
choring around the house, things like that.
Yeah, my first job was at 13, and I delivered the Detroit News.
There you go.
I worked.
That's a lot of people's first job.
Yeah.
While Esther can still proudly fund his existence, she wants Noah to discover his passions and find something he cares about or enjoys. Most of the time, if you LOVE your job, that spells POOR.
Yes.
It's very rare that it doesn't. After the mom of one started working at 14 as a waitress, she spent her 20s trying to find a career of interest. Nearly 2 decades later, she works as a photographer and marketing coordinator in Burleigh Heads, Australia. Oh, shocker! One of the feminist capitals of the Western world, Australia.
Yep.
And she's still a single mom, so strong and independent. Why does he look like that?
He's probably put that on to keep from getting sunburned.
Maybe, but then she's getting whatever. She's got the piercing here, and she's got the nose, the septum piercing too. Automatic red flag. See, look at that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least she's got a good relationship with her son. That's a good.
I mean, that's fine. Yeah. But you can tell what side her bread is buttered on.
She's being a little overprotective, I would say.
A little bit.
I mean, when I was 15, I had all summer. I had a job up until football season started.
Yeah. And the thing is, if you start early, you learn early.
Yeah.
And then when you go out there, you're that much farther ahead than your peers. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Especially in the long haul. I think it's insane to tell a small child who's 14 to go out into the world and get a job for experience as if they're not going to get that experience their whole life, she said, adding that her son is still young. He's not going to retire until he's like 100. No, he's a dude. He's going to work himself to death, and he'll be lucky if he makes it past 65.
Thank God.
Noah's friends are employed, which inspired him to ask his mom about applying for jobs too, desiring money to do stuff. I said, I'll give him money to do stuff. I can fund your existence, she said, noting how privileged their family's situation is.
Yep.
A 2-person family, huh? Just saying.
Well, she's 33 and he's 15.
Yeah. Math works both ways.
Yeah,
so she was fresh out of high school when she decided to drop a crotch cricket.
Or maybe she, while she was getting the 1,000-cock stare in high school, somebody slipped one by the goalie her senior year.
Yep.
It'll never happen to me.
These things happen, man.
Happens all the time.
Listen, there is no goalie in the net when you're 18.
No.
No, I mean, the goalie can score from the other side of the ice, not even trying.
Oh, man. I don't know. Modern women just throw me. They confuse me. I can't put my head in their space. All I know is that this kid looks like he is very much on the way to a taxidermy hobby and possibly running a hotel.
Yes.
With her, a taxidermied corpse watching from the window upstairs.
Yeah. I was going to say that. He's got that. I'm getting a serial killer vibe from him.
Yeah, that dude, that honker on that kid is not going to, it's going to continue growing as he gets older. He might grow into it, but then it's going to outgrow him.
No,
It'd be bad.
Like if I was responsible for a young man like that, he would pray on the altar of steel 3 times a week.
Yeah.
I would make him a physically strong individual.
Yes. And then people wouldn't be as distracted by his coke snorter that he's got going on here. Or the dick scratchers that are, embedded in his mother's nose. It's just horrendous.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the meat caser box.